to get the exposure, trying to find whatever avenues you can to get more exposure. So I have kind of an affinity for bands, you know what I mean, that are unsigned bands that are out there trying to fucking make a living doing what they're doing. It's kind of what we're doing now, you know what I mean? One
Yeah.
day we wouldn't mind making a
Well,
living doing this.
I mean, not for nothing. It was
It's
only
not our
one
mission.
song.
Huh?
It was only one song.
It was only one song. You're right. So anyway, they will be on in the video chat on Appear with us 2 weeks from tonight, and I love hearing the stories. You know what I mean? I love hearing about how they got together, what their creative process is. You know what I mean? Who their influences are, funny stories from the. What are you doing?
Hey, Rail, just real quick.
Nothing.
Someone in the room asked they've never heard you sing, but they would assume it would be better than that. So I just want to play a couple seconds of this song. One of my favorite songs that you did,
That's so old.
but I love it.
All right. So if you guys have not heard what I used to do, this is some of it.
Well, you used to be down with the crew, kid. But then you had to commit the ultimate sin. You used to be part of the crew, kid. But then you had to pull up all the silly shit you did. And then you took it all too far. And you had to steal from us. And now the world knows.
All right. Enough of that shit.
Now the world knows.
I like that.
Now the world knows.
That was like.
On and on and on and on. Just start screaming and kill your parents.
It's funny, like going back to those days. People would always be like, "What do you do in the band?" "I scream and yell and jump around a lot." "Oh, you're the singer." No, I don't fucking sing. I scream and yell and jump around a lot. You know what I
I'm
mean?
the main attraction.
I always considered myself much more of a lyricist and a frontman than an actual like talented singer. Like I can't carry a note in a plastic bucket, but I can do what I can do. You know what I mean? So
Well, not for nothing. That screaming thing takes. You can't just get up on a stage and scream either.
it's not easy.
Not without ripping your throat
It's
apart.
been so many years since I've done it. I would probably I would have laryngitis after a song. You know what I mean? Like
Or,
it.
or fucking cancer, like fucking Everlast from fucking House of Pain.
Yeah, there's that. But like here, this song that we played coming back in from break. This is called "Slip Away," and this was one of my favorite songs that we did. So that was one of my bands that I was in. That was Dead Effect, and that song was called "Slip Away." And I have to say, and this is again why I love talking to bands. And I don't care if your music sucks, man. I care about your passion about your music. I care about your passion about your project because that's your fucking baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like our show, dude. There are probably millions of people out there that go, "Those fucking guys suck." I don't care. This is my passion. This is what I like doing. I love the interaction. I love what we're doing.
Damn it!
And
Why you
that's-
got to make sense like that?
And it's the same thing for these bands. So even if the music sucks, in your opinion, like it's still like it's a cool fucking story. These guys got an experience that they're living together. This is a journey that they're on, and God, more fucking power to them because I know what a motherfucker it is actually doing it. You know what I mean?
I've never had that experience. So
Yeah, like it was fun. You know what I mean? And it was so. And I have to say this, like. I always look back at my younger days and the two things that I miss the most, singing and soldiering. Those are the two things that I miss the most. Those are the two things where if I had the time, physical ability, and financial ability to still do, I would. You know what I
Marining.
mean? But I can't. You know what I mean? I'm past that point. Now I'm at get fat in front of a microphone. This is my life. So I always think, nice push. I always think it's really cool to be able to, talk to bands and stuff like that are going through that because it's a fucking journey, dude, and it's a motherfucker. Especially like if you have more people in the band. Like if I think they're a 4-piece, you've got 4 different people with 4 different ideas trying to come out with a finished, unified project and product. You know how difficult that is to find? It's ridiculous.
No, I don't.
Played in
But
so many
not only
bands.
that, they're trying to reach for a retro '80s band. I mean, you, I guarantee you, not one person in that band knows anything about the '80s. I mean, they know the music. You can know the music, that's fine. But unless you grew up in the '80s, you don't know shit about the '80s. You've heard the music, and you're trying to reproduce something that you think could have been popular back then.
Right.
That you're trying to fit a needle through or a camel through a needle at that point. You know,
Right.
that's a
Everybody
hard
knows
fucking
it is
sell.
a motherfucker trying to get a camel through a needle. But getting back to it, it's a motherfucker. Like I played in so many bands over the years, and Rail was the second band that I had, and Rail had so many lineups. Like I was the only original member from Rail when I disbanded Rail. You know what I mean? So I went through guitarists, I went through bass players, I went through drummers, I went through second guitarists, and it's so hard when you have your own creative idea, and especially like if it's a project you're making, like you got to find people that can understand where you're going with it, 2 are also willing to go in that same direction, and J have good ability and talent to be able to what. You don't like my bullet points?
A, B, C,
We've done
and
awkward bullet points were fucking born in 2007.
So to be able to find all of that is so fucking hard, and I did music for probably 11 or 12 years, I guess maybe, and in that time it took me 8 or 9 years to find what was like and that was what you heard of the song that I just played.
I could do it with you, but I'm gonna have to Milli Vanilli that shit.
No. No. Where's the newspaper? No. So
Well, that's just called lip syncing.
right, exactly. So
Well, if you're not singing and you're like Milli Vanilli, a guitar, that's not really lip syncing.
that's called air guitar.
Oh,
It's called air
I
guitar.
got a
didn't know
real
you
one.
said
Shut
Milli
up.
Vanilli.
Renee throws out singing "Freak on a Leash," Dragula, bodies hit the floor with Rail was fun as hell. We used to do open mics all the time down at the Vernon Inn when I lived in Vernon, and I was always like, fucking that was the shit that I sang, because that's the kind of shit that I sang. I could throw a Rob Zombie song down with my eyes closed, but I'm fucking thinking about
Like
it because
Rob
that
Zombie.
was right around my genre.
They're
but
good.
getting back into what I was
I'm
talking
more
about,
interested in the Rob Zonky.
Rob's,
Is that like his stepbrother?
yeah, it's his stepbrother who is really big into Ambien. It's Rob Zonky. He's like,
Not quite evil enough. Just 1 calorie.
he's the Diet Coke of Zombie.
It's like Rob Zombie and Rob Gronkowski had a kid.
And they called it Rob Deerdick. So, getting back to what I was saying, like, to find all of that and then actually be able to move forward, it's fucking insane, and it's a lot of chaos. It really is. Like, you fight, you're a family, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you fucking fight, you argue, you fucking try to get your way, and you've got 3 other people trying to get their way, and it's really hard to find all of that. So, you have to be able to even just find that before you can start making the fucking product. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, there are shit tons of bands out there. And there are shit tons of bands out there that are signed and making the money. And those bands that are signed or making the money are the bands that finally found that boop. And then
Right.
they ended up in the right place at the right time in front
Yep.
of the right people. And now they're making fucking money. You know what I mean? Or they're at least in your house. So, the cool thing is, like what we do here, Spotify makes it possible for us to be on Spotify. Like,
Yeah.
Going back to when I was in bands, we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have fucking Spotify. We didn't have, iTunes was out, but it wasn't something you could get out
You
on.
barely had electricity, motherfucker.
Shut up, you cocksucker. You're going to be 45 on Saturday, you prick. So that's why I want to have bands on. I would love to have local bands on. I always want to hear, their stories and stuff like that. So hopefully they didn't hear you being a dickhead.
I was just poking fun.
I was just fucking with you.
So they got to play live
Okay,
for
but
us?
in the same,
No.
but in the same sense,
Bastards.
but in the same fucking sense, if you're going to come onto a podcast, if they've heard this show and requested to be on it, they know the mentality of the show.
Okay, in
so they
their defense-
realize that
gotta-
they have to realize that they are going to get 100% absolute,
Honesty.
truthful, honest fucking reviews. That's all there is to it.
I have to say, though, in their defense, Stezo, they didn't hear the show before they asked to be on it.
Okay,
They may have heard it tonight.
Hey, it's not my fault you didn't do your research. That's not my fault.
Oh, there's the message now. Sorry, but we respectfully decline. Oh.
go to check my messages from the guy, and it just says Facebook user. Like, oh fuck, I guess he blocked me. Thank
No,
you.
but and playing the clips on him, we're just shitting on him. But it's not. It's not my thing. I'm not saying it's not a thing. It's just not my thing.
What does the card
You can't
say?
reinvent something. I'm the guy that hates fucking remakes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you can't try to come at me and say, I'm an 80s band, but I was born in 1992. It's
I
like,
don't-
go fuck yourself.
I don't
How
see-
come-
Sneezo's like a bad Chinese movie right now. He's like,
He's got such a
you killed my brother.
my kung
Prepare
fu
to fight.
is stronger than yours. But I don't. Looking at the video, dude, I don't know that they're as old as us, but I think they may be born in the 80s, so that they were a little young in the 80s. So I don't know. The drummer kind of looked like Gene Simmons. I was like, wow, it looks like Gene
Not
Simmons.
for nothing, but I don't know if they've seen the video. Not the video. The card, the business card. What does it say on the business card?
So the back of the DGen X radio business card says nobody. Oh no, the back of the card says turn the damn card over. And then when you look at the front, it says DGen X radio, and underneath it, it says nobody is safe.
There you go.
Okay, so at best, if they were born in 1989, they would be 30 years old.
Okay.
At best.
But if they were born in 80,
They
Maybe-
wouldn't look 30.
carry the 1 divided by
They
pi.
wouldn't look 30.
That's math. by the
No,
way.
you know what? They've got to have more
I'll
videos
drink.
on YouTube. So I'll
Esteban,
check it out.
Esteban, your mother would like to know how she can send you a pic. Because she
Hit
can't
my
post pictures in
DMs,
here.
girlfriend.
Hey, whoa, whoa, hey, whoa.
I mean, mom. I mean,
What are you doing,
Mamacita,
step bro?
Damn. Now he's going to be my stepbrother dad. Motherfucker. God, no, I really am in Pennsylvania. Holy shit balls. What a dick.
Evie, if you want to see me a pic like that I can look at right now, you're gonna have to friend my other
Why can't she just post it in
account.
the group?
That's Steven with an N McComb instead of
she-
Steve.
She can just send it to the Lose the Radio page.
Or that.
Or
yeah.
just post
Send
it in the
to
group.
LTR page.
Yeah, she can
Message
just post
to
it.
the LTR page.
Yep. So anyway, let's get into some of the other shit that we wanted to talk about.
Since we're in music,
Okay.
go to the bottom.
That one?
Yes.
Rapper.
Absolutely, because this shit was hilarious. I'm sorry.
I can't. I'm fucking cracking up here.
Before you go any further, all I'm going to say is play stupid games, win
Win
stupid
stupid
prizes.
prizes.
There
Yes.
you go. You may proceed.
Okay, hang on. I gotta let this shit load up.
Moron!
Oh my god, hang on.
Idiot!
I'm trying to scroll down and see if there was an actual video for it. I can't remember if there was or not.
There was a
not.
video.
Okay, so
There was a video at the bottom somewhere. I remember watching, but it was just like a news reporter outside saying, "Oh, he's getting looked at," and that's
yeah,
about it.
I
So,
saw it. Okay, so rapper posts picture with stacks of cash to Instagram. An hour later, he's robbed at gunpoint. You dumb motherfucker!
Ah, you dumbass!
God damn, you stupid!
I mean,
Where's the
I ain't
Lamborghini
saying
in the
nothing.
picture?
I'm just saying.
Stacks of cash and a
I ain't-
Lamborghini. What did you think was
I
going to
ain't-
happen, you dumb fuck?
Okay, so here's the story. Here's an Instagram pro tip for you. Stand outside a known landmark in an area besotted by crime. Take a picture of yourself flashing wads of cash. For bonus points, you can stand in front of a Lambo. That's exactly what rapper Rich the Kid did on Tuesday. He hoped the image would go viral, and now it has.
Not the viral he was hoping for. I'm sure.
Always in bank mode deposit, the caption reads. All right, so I read that in white knees. So always in bank mode deposit.
That was close.
How's that?
That was all right.
Always
Yeah,
in bank mode deposit.
That was good
I
at
don't-
Bonics.
Always in bank mode deposit. Oh, no,
That's
that's Bill.
better. There
Different
you
black
go.
guy. Different black guy.
There you
So-
go.
Wait, hold on. Are we celebrating Black History Month?
Oh God, no! Don't, Steezo. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Proud Solid supporters
You
of black.
suck. You fuck.